All right, we're going to keep it within the sports arena.
All right.
And we're going to talk about Brittney Mahomes. And some of us might be saying, who the hell's Brittney Mahomes?
No, everyone knows Brittney Mahomes.
I don't think everybody knows
Yeah, I
who
think
Brittney Mahomes is.
folks do.
Everybody knows Patrick Mahomes.
And that's why they know Brittney.
And that's why they know Brittney?
Right.
Yeah, well, okay.
Right.
Yeah, that's her claim to fame. That's her
Right.
claim to fame. So this week, she got into a little bit of issues going on. People was coming at her on social media, right? As you know, this whole political world that we're in right now is going crazy between Kamala Harris and Donald Trump, right? Everyone's fighting about who's supporting who and who's not. And she got hit online real hard because she liked a post and then unliked the post that Donald Trump made, right? And people are wondering, well, why you liking it and then you're not liking it, right? Like, I support him right now. I changed my mind. I'm not going to support him. Like, who likes and then unlikes, right? So anyway, everybody was coming to her like, how is she supporting it? And this is horrible. And how are they going to do this? Because, you know, a lot of people, they don't like Donald Trump and they don't see where that's coming in. So she's also very close with Taylor Swift, obviously, right? Because Patrick Mahomes is out there with Travis Kelce. They're big, teammates on the Kansas City Chiefs, obviously. Now, Taylor Swift, she supported Biden back in 2020, right? She hasn't come out quite yet with who she's supporting, but we all pretty much know it'd probably come any day soon. It's most likely going to be Kamala Harris, right? What you laughing for?
Go ahead, man.
Anyways, so that's where it's going to go. Now, those two, they're friends.
Right.
They're friends right now. So people are saying, well, damn, how do friends really get together and one is supporting one candidate and one is supporting the other? How do you keep your friendship together when you've got this support for one polarizing person, as in Donald Trump, and then you have one of the biggest stars in the world, right? Taylor Swift. I think she's the biggest. I'll say that, right? And we pretty much know where she stands. She didn't come out yet. But I guess my question to you is, Kay, like, first of all, how do you go on there and like a comment and then take it back down? It's like either you're supporting him or you're not. Like, I don't know. And then how do friends, how do spouses actually, if they are supporting different candidates, how do they make those relationships work and kind of get out of this whole muddy type of situation where one is supporting the Republican, one's the Democrat, where I don't even want to say Republican Democrat, like, because Donald Trump, let's just put it out there, and someone's supporting Kamala, so two completely different people.
Right.
How do you make these relationships work, whether it's friendships or whether it's a husband and wife? Like, how do they make it work?
So I'll start with the first one. First question you asked.
Yeah.
People need to get over themselves, right? Mm-hmm. And stop trying to decipher what someone liked or didn't like.
Okay.
Someone illuminated a thumb, right?
Right.
A thumb emoji.
Okay.
Now all of a sudden, that means I stand for everything this person is, who they are, and what they do. Like, come on, folks. Like, there has to be more depth to people, what we see, who we are. Maybe, like, someone that you don't support can say something funny or say something that you agree. Doesn't now necessarily mean that I support them from A to Z wholeheartedly, across the board, no matter what it is.
Yeah, but if you overall don't support, okay.
Right, but no, I'm sorry, what were you going to say?
I mean, you said they can say something that you do a thumbs up for.
Right.
But if you overall do not like or don't support them overall, why would you give a thumbs up? And there's nothing wrong with giving a thumbs up if you support the person.
No, but because, just like I said, it may not be someone that you support, but maybe you see a meme or something that comes up in your feed, you read it, you chuckle, you like it. That's what the purpose of it is for. But people have hijacked this, and now this means, oh, you thumbed it. You liked it. You gave it a thumb. You thumbed it. Therefore, you're down with this or you're down with that. And no, that does mean that.
Okay, come on, bro.
It does
bro,
not.
You know that's what that means. You think I would like anything that Donald Trump puts up? I'm not going to put a thumbs up on anything that Donald Trump says.
It doesn't have to necessarily mean that the like is between. Listen, we have to get away from believing or acting like we know intent. We are not in each other's heads. We don't know. We can discuss and debate the action. Oh, she liked that post.
And then unliked.
And unliked that post.
Yeah, that's.
But no one should be sitting here debating on why.
What do you mean? That's this world, bro.
She's going back. Well, that's exactly my point.
Right.
It's like unreal that
but it happens,
that folks are going back and forth on the fact of and trying to decipher. We're getting chin rubs like, she liked it, and just so that must mean that, right? But, so I'll play along.
You're trying to say if Donald Trump put up something, Chili's is a great, I love Chili's.
Yeah.
So if he says, Chili's is a great restaurant, you think I'm going to put a thumbs up just because I love Chili's? I'm not going to put a thumbs up on Donald Trump saying about, why would I do that?
What I'm saying is you may not do it for that reason, but I can't definitively say whether or not the next person did or didn't, meaning why they did it. We can't talk about motive.
Yeah, but just let's use our head.
We are using. I'm using my head.
Yeah,
so when I'm going back, when I'm saying she likes something, not like it. So
I'll ask you this: do you think she supports him?
So I'll play along. Let me play along. And so you ask the question. Well, what do you think happened?
Yeah,
I think I'll play along that she probably supports him.
Okay.
And probably liked the post.
Sure.
If she didn't necessarily like the post, she probably would have given him a thumbs up anyway because maybe she supports him.
Sure.
Because it's her husband and not her who is really the public figure, probably said, hey, we don't need that, right?
You think he said that to her?
I'm playing along.
Okay,
right?
okay. What it could possibly be. Right. Okay.
Like you know what?
Right.
We don't need that, right? You don't need to. We don't need to be out there doing that. Despite the fact that you are your own person, you do know, wife, that what you do reflects on me, right?
Right.
Let's not act like you don't know who you married, who your husband is, right? I'm that dude. I'm the guy in the commercial. I'm the one slinging that pigskin all over the field, right?
That he is.
You support that. It comes back to me. I need fans from both sides. Okay, babe, my bad on that one. And then she goes in there and unlikes it. That would be me playing along and saying, hey, maybe that's how that happened, how that went down.
Okay.
Now, the second part of your question. I don't see any reason or why people can't coexist. Only like we want to now make it seem, and we, meaning the collective, like those of us in society, want to make it seem like because one leans right and one leans left, how do you live together? How can you coexist? Oh my God, what do you do? Like, are you serious? We can do that. It doesn't necessarily mean that because there may be some aspects to this candidate that I like or think may be best for this country or best for me and my family, therefore I can't be friends with you. That way of living has been adopted. I hate it. I hate the fact that we can't have conversations. I hate the fact that we can't just have a disagreement but still like the person. Like the fact that it somehow makes sense that you like that person, you go over there, or you like that person's policies, you go over there. I think we're trying to define people. And I absolutely think it's wrong. Someone that supports Kamala could like what she plans to do with Medicare. Say it's just that one single thing. Say that person is of older age, or maybe they're the caretaker for someone who's of older age, and Medicaid and Medicare is something that's important to them, which is different than what Donald Trump would do. So therefore, I'm going to support Kamala. that same person may not even be wild about Kamala.
Right.
May not be a sycophant for her, totally supportive of her, have aspects of her that they do not like. But this aspect of her policy is important to me and my family, so I have to be down with Team Harris. Oh, by the way, it doesn't mean that I'm anti-Trump. It just means that I have to support the person from this. That to me feels like that is more of a conversation and a more of a way that we should be. Doesn't mean that this person is all in on Harris and that means I'm anti-Trump. And that is that. Look, if life were, oh, how I wish life were that simple. That we could just put people in a box and therefore that's how you are. But there's nuance to this shit and it just drives me. Like, when did we become so ignorant?
When Donald Trump came along.
And
I will tell you this because you're talking like a smart, logical man. But you have to understand that most people are voting on character.
Absolutely.
It's about the character of the person. I understand policies are important to you. I get it. And a lot of people, it is, right? And it makes sense why it would be. But a majority of the people, they're voting on character.
Always.
Right. So if you're going to take a look, like, there's clearly one person in this race, which the character of this person that will remain nameless, Donald Trump, that most people don't like his character. What? So when you have people that are married, and I can see that it would be a big rift between a husband and a wife or friends like Brittney and Taylor, that will divide a marriage, and I can see why it would happen. I understand why you're saying it shouldn't.
I don't see how it can happen. I don't.
Well, it happens all the time. What do you mean? It happens all the time, whether you think it's right or wrong.
I don't know. I don't know about happening. I don't know if someone.
You know, many people have stopped being friends because
I don't know if people are divorcing because you vote one way or the other. Let me put it this way. I don't know anyone that has done anything like that. Right. You say it happens. I ride with you. You say it happens. I'm with you for that. I'm not going to debate you on that. To me, that's mind blowing, and I agree with you. People follow who they like, follow personalities. I have these conversations, as you know, with people.
Yeah.
No one can even quote policy or who.
They vote for that. Right.
We're into following cults of personality and so forth and so on. What I do believe, though, something that you said that is somewhat incorrect on its basis, where we start to say the majority, listen, there are tens of millions of people that support and like Donald Trump. But I think when you're on one side or the other, you listen generally, you're in an echo chamber, you hear more people that believe what you believe.
Wait, you think they actually like him? Or they're just they like their party?
I think that people
like him? Okay.
There's tons of people that like him. There's tons of people.
There are people that are going to vote for him.
No. Hold on a second. See, and I'm so glad you're doing this because
you think he's a likable character. He's a likable personality.
And I'm absolutely so glad that you do that you're doing this, because this is exactly what has been pointed out tons of times before. It is why he snuck up and got it before, because people said, well, no one likes him. People don't like him. He is essentially, in many cases, the old guard in the Republican Party has followed him, this outsider, because why? Because voters were supporting Donald, not the Republican Party. They broke away from that and saying, no, we support this person. That is tens of millions of people that like him. So to answer your question, yes, I do believe that. But I also believe that if you are anti-Donald, that your feed, whatever folks said person is looking at, is going to be fed with anti-Donald. The things that you see on television, you're going to be leaning on channels where program is anti-Donald. Right. Versus, I think it happens on the other side. And so what happens, we hear this steady stream of the same diet. We're on the same diet of the same information.
Right.
And so now we start to believe that's our world. We're in a bubble. And so we go, oh, no one likes Kamala. What are you talking about? There's tens of millions of people that support. No one likes Donald. There's tens of millions of people that like this
Supporting and
person.
liking is different.
I know the difference,
Okay.
dog. And there are tens of millions of people that like him.
Okay.
Period. But because you are so anti him, it is almost like you are blinded by that. And even the notion of anyone even liking him sounds outlandish to you.
Well, if you compare compare the characters of both candidates,
I don't.
I'm just saying. I know that's my personal thing, but
Right.
this is what.
Right, but again, I'm glad you
If
own
you
that.
looked
But
at
that's
both
your
candidates-
but that's your personal.
So let me ask your personal opinion.
Personal
Who do you
opinion,
think
though.
is the more likable candidate out of the two candidates? In your opinion, there's no right or wrong answer, but I'm just curious about your opinion. Who is the more likable candidate?
That is tough for me to say, man.
There's no right or wrong answer. I'm just curious about.
I'm trying to answer. I'm saying that's tough for me to say because I don't know. I don't think it's as simple as. Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to give that some thought.
That's why I think you was using the wrong word, likable.
No,
I think that's the wrong word.
No, I know. I know exactly. I know exactly what I said. I know what you said, and it was in response.
Like if you asked me that question, I would.
Right.
Just a personal opinion that I think Kamala is the more likable
Jay
candidate.
Jay,
I don't know if I'm right.
I can't remember the last episode of a pod
Right.
that we did where your anti-Trump didn't
Right.
kind of bleed
Yeah,
into
but
the
what
damn
I'm just
show,
saying,
bro.
but I'm just curious why.
You're not saying. Of course, you don't think he's likable. You don't like him. You don't support him.
I said I
You made it very
I don't.
clear.
Not forget about me for a second. I'm thinking the mass that I think.
I would
the
love to.
No. You can't forget about me. No one can forget about me. All right. Now, but what I'm saying is, I just think that she is the more likable candidate. It's not my opinion. I just think. But I'm just very curious as to why you can't.
I think you're because I look at it from both sides. If you stand on the side of Trump supporters, it seems incredibly clear why she isn't likable, right? You stand on the Harris side, you can see why it's not. Now, there is tons more footage. He has been far more in the public eye for many more years than Vice President Harris. He was also a private citizen to where he didn't have to worry about what he said. He can just kind of go out and talk and be this this media person, right?
Right.
And when you're not aspirational about running for office one day, so there's years of footage of him saying stuff. Sure, those things are going to be there. Absolutely. Okay. Right. But yeah, I don't. I just feel like going back to the original point. I don't understand why there's such this discourse around this coexistence. Because you like one side and this person likes the other side, that we somehow can't be in a relationship, we can't be around each other. That is mind blowing to me. I'm not gonna look like, yo, these are two people who believe that they have a better idea how to run this country. As far as I know, no one murdered anybody, no one killed anybody, right? You want to bring up January 6th and attach Donald Trump to that? Okay. You want to bring up where there were charges, claims made against Harris for withholding evidence with folks sitting on death row? Okay. Right? But as far as we know, those things are still out for debate,
Right.
going back and forth. No one is going to win Sweet Person of the Month. Both of them. They're both capable of winning the presidency.
Well, of course. That's not
you
the
don't
question.
get there.
Right.
You don't get there by stepping on some toes, right?
Well.
So, okay, done. Can we
Well.
it's two people that decide that think they have the best way to run the country. One will be there and one won't. And I'll say this. Last thing I'll say. There's no more hate or discontent for Trump than there was when he won the first time.
No, there's more.
Right?
There's more.
everyone was,
The insurrection didn't happen then.
Tons of folks were
Insurrection
expecting
didn't happen then.
Hillary to win. She didn't win.
Right.
And so he won.
There's way more hate, Kay.
Can I say?
Yeah.
Was there? Did we tear a hole in the universe? Did something happen?
Innocent people died at the insurrection.
Did something happen when he became president?
He led that. So
when Kamala couldn't even get out of Democratic primary, where Democrats themselves said, "Oh hell no," she was picking up the rear in last place. No one wanted her. Now she became vice president. She's going on to be president.
Right?
Do we think the world's going to end if she becomes president? Like, this is what I'm saying. We're like, people are just like bobbing and weaving.
So,
just a couple of years ago, the Democratic Party, your own party, was like, "Oh hell no." She becomes VP. She didn't implode anything, and I don't think she will do that now. So everyone, take it down a bit.
It's never going to be taken down.
It's never as bad as people want to think it is.
It was never like this before Donald Trump was running. It just never was. But going back to the original thing, if you support Donald Trump, that's fine. I just don't see how you like something, you take it back down. Listen, own it. If you support, listen, the Trump supporters, listen, support him. The Harris supporters, support her. Don't be ashamed of it. Own it and speak out about it. No one should. If you support someone, I don't see why people don't speak out about it. I don't know. It seems like
kidding?
to me, no. It seems like
you just said you advocate that you see why people are breaking up. Relationships are breaking.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Friendships.
Right. So what?
I can see
so still speak up on it.
I still see now. I see why someone may not want to speak up on it.
That's not a smart decision.
Of course,
you need to know what your spouse is thinking. You need to know what your best friend is thinking.
My relationship. We can coexist.
No, so you want to coexist in a lie?
No, it's not coexisting in a lie.
No, you can't coexist.
I want to
coexist.
I have to coexist in someone's ignorance. We clearly can be friends and coexist. Now all of a sudden you find out that my political affiliation is this. Oh, all of a sudden we can't be friends. That is asinine to me because up until that moment and all the years before, we've been best buds. We're all friends. Yeah. Now all of a sudden we can't. That is a level
that is sad.
That is a level of ignorance that I hope never infiltrates my life.
Well, it's very interesting because this never happened years and years ago when someone was voting for a Republican candidate and someone was voting for a Democratic candidate. Even when they knew they was voting for different parties, it was never ever like this until Donald Trump. So this goes back to what I said originally. It's not about the difference of voting for a different party. That never broke up marriages before and friendship. But when Donald Trump came into it, and it's because of the character.
No, you are a prisoner.
No.
You are a prisoner.
So you saw this happening? You saw this happening before?
Clearly you forgot the Obama era. The amount of hate that was directed to that brother.
Okay.
Just based off the fact people will hate because for any reason why they choose to hate. I don't know if, and I mean this.
They was hating him because of his character?
I don't know. I'm talking about the level of divisiveness, of divisive, yes. That existed.
I never saw it as much then as I. Wait, so you're saying it was more then than now?
I generally think so.
No,
yeah, absolutely.
No, you're inaccurate.
No, I don't think so.
I mean, that's your opinion.
That's your opinion. Absolutely.
But no, it's nowhere near clear. No.
Yeah, I think during the Democratic primary between Barack and Hillary, it got pretty nasty. There was
nasty to this point.
It was bad.
Absolutely.
It was pretty bad.
But you think nearly this
Jay
bad?
doesn't see that. All he sees is Trump. It's like the world didn't start until Trump came along. Or how about the fact of he literally mobilized the hate for him, mobilized the Tea Party. It created all of the hate. absolutely hated him and still hate him. Part of why Trump was able to get elected because he was so using anti-Obama rhetoric. It was like red meat to a bunch of raving dogs. And if you notice, folks, I'm talking on behalf of Trump and Barack Obama. It's not about one side or the other. I'm just saying that there really is no difference. I think sometimes we become prisoners of the moment, which I think you are, right? And we forget the past, even if it's recent, and start saying, "Whoa, it's never been."
I'm talking about the character of the two men. The character of the two men. I'm talking about them as a man. There's one character that is clearly better than the other. It's not even up for debate. You've even said it yourself. Right? So when we're talking about the character of the person, the reason why there is so much divisiveness now is because of Trump's character.
No.
Yes.
I disagree.
That is why.
I disagree.
Well, we'll agree to disagree.
I disagree.
That's what it is. Anyway, we've been on this topic too long.
Yeah.
On to the next. What else we got going on?